And good morning, everybody, from Clinton High School. Welcome into the final day here of the Clinton Tournament. We are ready for Championship Saturday. Glad you could be with us here this afternoon, streaming live, a James Hinkle Sounds Like video production. And we are so glad you could be with us today. We've got 4 games to cap off the tournament. We'll start off here with the girls' third-place matchup, and this will feature the Clinton Lady Cardinals getting ready to take on the Warrensburg Lady Tigers, so a little rivalry battle here to get the day started off. And then we'll have the boys' third-place game coming up after this one. That'll get going at about 12:30. That'll feature Lakeland taking on Clinton. And then we'll cap it off with the 2 championship games. The girls' game will start at 2. That'll feature a top-seeded Nevada. They will be taking on a second-seeded Adrian for the girls' title. And then for the boys' final at 3:30, we will have the Warrensburg Tigers taking on the Grandveiw Christian Eagles. So we want to thank our sponsors, and again, we cannot say thank you enough to them for supporting this production all tournament long. We've covered every single game this week, and we've thoroughly enjoyed it, and it wouldn't have been possible without these folks. We thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Resick Auto Group, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C-Squared Embroidery, and Screen Printing. Also want to thank Hobby Time Motorsports and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. And, of course, we're streaming live today as we have all tournament long on C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing's Facebook, along with Primitive Old Crow's Facebook. I want to thank the Landmark Restaurant as well for allowing us to stream on their Facebook page. And we also would like to thank the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to stream this tournament live this week on their Facebook page as well. So just to tell you how we got here, these 2 teams, of course, have lost 1 and won 1 in this tournament to get to this third-place matchup. And the Clinton Lady Cardinals lost a tough one their last time out on Wednesday to a very good Adrian team. That, of course, was the semifinal game. And Adrian got the victory 64-45 in that one. And it was a situation where Clinton just kind of lost control of the ball game in that third quarter. Adrian put together a 14-2 run in that third quarter alone and took advantage of some Clinton turnovers and was able to pull out to victory. And then Warrensburg lost a close game to Nevada in their semifinal matchup, 57-50. But both these teams, of course, won their first-round games. Clinton defeated Hogan Prep on Monday night pretty easily. And then Warrensburg was able to win their opener in a really close game. That was really the first close game of the tournament that we had. They defeated Odessa in that one 43-45. So Warrensburg has had some close games in their first 2 matchups, and should be a very entertaining game here this afternoon. I think should be a close one in our first one, James. As a welcome in James Hinkle. Looks like we're ready for the national anthem here, James, but exciting day, and this should be a really entertaining matchup, and good to see we've got a little rivalry here as well.
Absolutely. Warrensburg-Clinton rivalry. Been doing this for a long time, and we'll go to the national anthem.
All right, and an excellent job by the Clinton Pep Band. Me and James are big fans of theirs for sure. Glad that they could be here, of course, today, and they get to do back-to-back games. Clinton boys will be coming up after this one. So we'll give you the starters here. First for the Warrensburg Lady Tigers, led by head coach Valerie Stamberski. They will have starting at guard this afternoon, number 13, Olivia Harrison, followed by number 21, Cora Perry. Then they'll have starting at the other forward spot today, Bailey Tucker. And then starting inside will be number 22, that is Zoe Westfall. She is their key player and leading scorer. And rounding out the starting five today for Warrensburg will be number 11, Sadie Missner. Starters this afternoon for the Clinton Lady Cardinals, led by head coach David Rogers. They will have starting at guard, number 5, Paige Gilland, 5'3", sophomore. Starting at the point guard today for Clinton will be number 14, Maddie Allard, 5'8", junior. And then starting inside at forward will be number 21, Mia Mills, 6-foot senior. And also starting inside today for Clinton will be number 42, Alana Alexander, 5'3", junior. And rounding out the starting five today for Clinton will be number 15, Olivia Kiley, 5'6", junior guard. So we are all set for basketball here this afternoon. Glad you could be with us. First of 4 to close out the tournament. So I think we're into the double figures now, James, in terms of games. This is game number, I think, 13 or 14, somewhere in there. And we're ready to go. So Clinton looking for a big win here to take third in the tournament, and a walk on the left side of the key by Alexander to start things off. And that's going to be one of the things Clinton's going to have to focus on, is taking care of that basketball. They had that tough third quarter the other day against Adrian, 13 turnovers in the third quarter alone, and that really allowed Adrian to push that lead out. And Warrensburg, not quite the firepower on offense that Adrian has, though. So I think Clinton will match up a little better with them on defense. But there's Westfall. Nice little move in the high post, and here's a steal. Misner with the takeaway, and she'll lay it in at the other end. So a couple turnovers to start for Clinton, and Warrensburg out to the 4-0 lead here in the early part of the first quarter. Allard, right side of the key, going to drive the baseline, puts it up, and gets it to go. So that's an excellent job by Maddie, and she's had a great tournament. Of course, had a huge game on Monday in the first round against Hogan Prep. And that'll cut it 2-2, 4-2. Warrensburg with the early lead. Man pressure out top, and the pass tipped, almost stolen by Gillen. And Westfall able to get it back. And Westfall into the corner. Throws it to the high post outside. Here's Tucker. Now to Perry. Perry for Westfall right side. Misner on the reversal. And there's a pass that was tipped. Good play by Allard there to get the tip and then force the jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Warrensburg. With 6:35 to go here in the first. Perry to throw it in inside, and a good look underneath for Misner. And Warrensburg with the 6-2 lead. Misner off to a quick start as well. She's got 4 to start this game for Warrensburg. Allard left side on the 3, missed it. Rebound to Alexander. Left corner now, Allard. Up top, Gillen. Skip, nice pass. Underneath, Alexander couldn't get it to go. Well, that's a great pass by Paige Gillen there to Alana down in the low post, and she's going to draw the foul. So free throws coming up here. 2-shot foul for Alexander as they give the foul to Cora Pera for Warrensburg, her first.
Just want to say welcome, Stacy and Chris. Both had other obligations that got them here just as it was tipping off, so we had to make some quick adjustments in the last second here. So we got it all worked out.
Alexander, foul shot number 2 on the way, and that one no good off the front of the iron. Still a 6-2 Warrensburg lead. There's a nice play. Kylie gets the tip and almost had the steal and knocks it out of bounds. But it will remain Warrensburg basketball underneath. Perry to throw it in. And a steal. Good read by Paige Gillen. Steps right in front. So Clinton now has forced 3 turnovers. And they'll set it up here at the other end, trailing 6-2. And here's a bad pass left side. So 5 turnovers here for Clinton to start, as Kylie was looking for Alexander on that left wing. So both teams, I think, James, right now, a little nerves, I think a little bit. They're sped up, and we've seen both teams turn it over the last couple possessions.
Well, I would think they'd be out of the rhythm. I mean, normally, like when you say, hey, good morning, everyone,
Yeah.
that sounds weird. I mean, we don't usually play basketball at 11 o'clock in the morning.
No, yeah, that is true. And so that definitely could be a little bit of a factor. And here's a nice putback by Tucker, and she's going to draw the foul as she was able to get in there. And they did not have Tucker, James, in the first 2 games. So I don't know if she was out with injury, but, of course, we were talking to Charlie Brown, their radio guy, and he was telling us that Tucker was not playing the first 2 games of the tournament, and she's got some size in there, listed at 6 foot, as she misses that free throw. So the 3-point play no good, but it's an 8-2 lead for Warrensburg. Here's Allard on the dribble drive and a nice shot off the glass and in. So Maddie off to a quick start for Clinton. She's got both of CHS's baskets thus far. Here's a long 2 in the corner by Westfall, no good, but Tucker gets the rebound. Back outside, and the 3 no good for Harrison. And Mills able to come up with the rebound, and that's going to be a good matchup in this one between Mills and Tucker. Of course, Mia Mills breaking the record, the all-time scoring record here at Clinton High School.
And that's boys and girls.
Boys and girls, yeah. And that is just really, really impressive. I mean, what a career she's had in 4 years here at Clinton High School to be able to do that. And she broke that record on Wednesday night against Adrian. As we get a foul called here, another steal for Warrensburg. So that's the difference in the game right now. 7 turnovers for the Lady Cardinals. And these turnovers, James, are coming in the half court. They're not even coming against the press. So Westfall knocks down the first free throw. And Westfall's had a good tournament. She's averaged in double figures the first 2 games for this Warrensburg team. And again, they have lost a close one and won a close one, so they've been kind of battle-tested here in this tournament. Now they're going to show some full-court pressure. And Kylie, good job, gets it over the top of the trap. Allard, shot tipped and picked up by Westfall. Westfall will push the other way. 4:20 to go here in the first. This is our girls' third-place matchup here. Inside, Tucker down in the low post. Shot is no good, and it's out of bounds as Perry unable to save it. Back in there for Warrensburg, and now looks like Reese Potter into the game for the Lady Cardinals. Alexander will come out. So 1-2-2 press. 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and they get it across. And just tried to force that pass. Gillen was looking for Potter, but threw it into the double team. And Misner the other way. Shot no good. Nice rebound inside for Kylie. So Clinton will bring it the other way, trailing it 10-4.
Yeah, Clinton's really kind of struggling right now. They're giving the ball up a little too easily.
Yeah, this is certainly something that Coach Rogers, was working on the other day in practice. And Warrensburg just playing really good, aggressive half-court defense and have forced 7 turnovers to this point. But I think if Clinton can settle in here, they match up really well with this Warrensburg team offensively. I don't think they're going to have any problems scoring the basketball. They're still looking to get the ball to Mills. She hasn't had a touch yet on offense, and Warrensburg's doing a good job thus far trying to keep her from catching that ball up at the high post. They are really denying that passing lane to her. So Clinton with the basketball here off the inbounds look, and you can see they are just fronting Mills. There she's able to get a catch at the high post. Left corner Allard. Allard both buckets thus far for Clinton. Right corner Gilland for 3. Got it. So Paige Gilland knocking down a big triple. First 3 of the ball game by either team, and that cuts into the lead pretty quickly down to 10-7. Paige has shot the 3 ball pretty well in the tournament as well. She had a pretty good night against Adrian shooting the 3. High screen, Misner all the way to the bucket, and it's blocked by Mills. So there's her first block of the day. And she usually gets at least 3 or 4 blocks a game. But they actually called a foul on that. Oh, man, that's a tough call against Mills.
She was reaching in and got a hold of her wrist.
That was a kind of a late call, but that's her second. So 2 early ones for Mills, and she had some early fouls in that Adrian game as well. So she's going to have to come to the bench early in this game, 2:32 to go. in the first. And it's going to be Tucker to throw it in here for the Lady Tigers underneath. Going to lob it middle of the lane. Tough catch for Westfall, and she'll put it up and in. So Warrensburg got a really good look there off that inbounds pass. And they take a 12-7 lead. Clinton still looking for their first lead of this ball game. And Kylie trying to get it into Potter, and a foul is called. As Sammy Fatka just into the game, picks that one up. So that's her first, both teams at 3 team fouls apiece. As Gillen off the inbounds look, left side, they get out on her quickly. A little bit of a high screen, and now takes it right to the rim, and a shot no good, but a foul is called. So nice take there for Page, and she'll be going to the line. Harrison picks that one up for Warrensburg. And that'll get them up to 4 team fouls here in this first quarter. Gillen, first one on the way, got it. And that'll cut it to 12-8. So Gillen now with 4. Allard with 4. Yeah, the second one bounces out of there. Fatka gets the rebound. Oh, but she lost the basketball, and Potter able to get it back. So a big opportunity here for Clinton. Kylie for 3, bounces out, and Misner gets the rebound, and then they get Potter, I think, for the foul. Now they give it to Allard, looks like. So Maddie gets number 2, and Alexander going to have to come back into the ball game. So tough here for Clinton. A little bit of early foul trouble because you've got Allard and Mills already with 2 fouls here, James. So that may have their minutes limited here in this first quarter.
Yeah, one thing that they definitely need, they need Mills in there.
And shot no good. Yeah, both of them on the floor. That's most of your offense right there, and definitely hurts to not have them both on the floor, and certainly hurts to have just one of them on the floor as well. As a nice shot there for Alexander. So that cuts it to 2. So Clinton hasn't shot it very well, but they're only down by just 2 points. So they've stayed in it here as we come to the end of the first quarter. Misner left side to Westfall. High pass for Ermshire now at the high post, and we're going to get an offensive foul.
Oh, yeah.
And Meisner picks that one up on the foul away from the ball. So that's her first team foul, 5. So CHS with the basketball here with a minute left in the first quarter. Gillen with the dribble up top. Lady Cardinals coming in at 10-7 on the year, and there's a bad pass. So another turnover, 8 turnovers for the Lady Cardinals as Misner takes that one away, gets it to Westfall, and they're going to say she was out of bounds. So stepped on the boundary, and Warrensburg will give it right back. They're going to stay with the pressure. And Clinton plenty of time here to get the final shot of the quarter. And Kylie gets caught in the trap, and they knock it away from her out of bounds. It's going to stay with Clinton. Potter to throw it in on that far boundary. 40 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Evenly matched game thus far, as we expected. These two rivals, and they were supposed to play earlier in the year, but it got canceled. And there's a nice backdoor pass. Alexander lays it in, and that'll tie the game. All knotted up at 12 with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. So Clinton battled their way back. And now Meisner up top, gets that high pick, dribbles to the other side of it though, finds Westfall, and she'll miss the triple. And then a travel, good call, as Tucker called for the walk. And the Lady Cards have it back, looking for their first lead here, see if they can get a late shot, and gonna have to hurry. Potter isn't gonna be able to catch it, so that'll end the first quarter. So Clinton, a little bit of a tough start on offense, had a few turnovers there, but we're still tied at 12 as we go to the second quarter here in this girls' third place matchup this afternoon. And so glad you could be with us. Really appreciate everybody joining us, of course, all tournament long as well. And we started things off on Monday at 4:30, and here we are, James, this afternoon with 4 games to close it out.
Absolutely. It seems like a lifetime, really.
It's a lot of basketball, We had the numbers there. James was able to find the amount of minutes that we've had and the amount of viewership and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I forgot to look that up for today.
We were up around 10,000 views,
yeah.
I think you said,
after
or before Thursday. I think
yeah.
after Wednesday we had but I think it was a little over 24 hours of basketball, I think, total was.
Of our broadcast time.
Of broadcast time,
yeah,
is what
so
we had, and that was after Wednesday.
We go a little long before, we start a little bit before the game, and then a little bit after, so that adds into it. And if you figure in that, hour and a half, basically, for a game. All right, and we're going to get back to some basketball here, yay.
Second quarter underway, so all tied up. And Gillen, who had that good first quarter, will set it up for Alexander. And they trap the wing there, but they get it inside. Good pass as Alexander found Kylie, but she's called for the double dribble. So turnover 9 for Clinton, but they've turned Warrensburg over 7 times thus far. And Westfall on the dribble drive, unable to finish. Hendricks with the rebound. Alexander dribbles it off of her foot, out of bounds. So Clinton will turn it back over. And that's where, if this game stays close throughout, turnover is going to be very, very important.
We've seen Alexander drive in along the baseline twice now and score.
Yeah.
It's kind of her specialty move there.
Yeah, it really is. And they found her with a nice backdoor pass as well there at the end of that first quarter as a 3 missing from Westfall, but they're able to get the offensive rebound. That's the other thing that Adrian really hurt Clinton with, was the offensive rebounding. In particular was Jenna Shipley's rebounding.
Yeah.
She was basically a one-man rebounding machine.
Yeah. I went back and watched some of that game and watched Shipley.
Yeah.
And she shines like a bright star. That she's just got something. But she's also surrounded by a lot of good players that they feed her the ball, and then, when she doesn't have the shot, she's very unselfish, and she passes it off, which, going back and kind of really watching, especially her, I see why they win so much.
Right. Yeah, she is. I mean, she's very talented. It's going to be very interesting to see how Nevada plays her in this championship game coming up at 2 on the girls' side. So a couple missed threes on that trip for Warrensburg. And Lady Cards will set it up here, trying to get their first lead of the game as they try to get it into Potter. And right now, one of the key storylines is Mills and Allard both on the bench with 2 fouls. So they both had 2 quick ones really early. So Clinton's going to have to find a way to come up with some offense with both of them on the bench. And that's, again, I'd say that's easily over half of their point production between Mills and Allard. Of course, Mills had another huge game against Adrian the other night with 26. As they get it inside, there's a good look for Potter, but has it blocked by Tucker. And now ball loose on the deck, and we get a jump ball. So Tucker using that height inside to get the block.
Starting that Adrian game with Clinton, Mills only needed, I think, 13 points in order to break that record.
Yeah, and the final number, of course, I know we had it the other day. We might be able to find that, but it's a little over 1,200 points, wasn't it, was the record, So.
And I forgot to ask Coach how long that record had stood. So.
Yeah, we might be able to get that from him. Again, we appreciate Coach Rogers letting us know about that. Of course, Mia had scored over 1,000 points earlier this year and broke that record as a shot in the paint here, no good, but a foul is called. So foul is starting to become a little bit of an issue here for Clinton as they're up to
be the 5th one.
Fifth team foul. But the concerning thing is you just have Allard and Mills over there with those 2 fouls. But I think Coach Rogers, he's got no other choice. He knows he's got to save them because you still have a ton of basketball left. So, they may end up setting most of the rest of the second quarter here as Misner hits the first to break the tie, and the second one good as well. So Warrensburg back up by 2. But this has really been a kind of a slower paced game.
Right, really a dry spell there since the beginning of this.
It really was. Yeah, it's just a defensive game right now as Kylie up the right side. Nice take, and missed the shot in the lane, and then the ball goes out of bounds, and they're not going to say that was tipped by Warrensburg, so it's going to be Warrensburg basketball. As Misner will bring it across, right corner to Hill, got it back, and draws the foul. And that's, of course, the thing, you know, not having Mills in there just hurts you because you just don't have anybody else that has her rebounding ability.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. Mills just helps you at both ends, not only scoring but rebounding. And Warrensburg definitely has an advantage in the post a little bit right now, as the first free throw by Hill is good. Second one is no good, and Potter
knocks it out of bounds.
Knocks it out, yeah. So that will be.
No, I think they called that.
Oh, wow. Are they going to say Warrensburg? Oh, they're going to give the ball to Clinton. Boy,
yeah.
I was like you, James.
Yeah.
I thought Potter.
I was for sure that was Potter knocked that out.
Touched that last, yeah. But it will be Lady Cardinal basketball. And Alexander throws it out of the double team. There's a good pass into Mills, who's back in now, missed it, and then back up with it. Good follow, and drawing the foul was Morgan Hendrich.
You know, one bad thing about Mills being out is it doesn't give her an opportunity to really stay in a rhythm.
Right. Yeah, that is for sure. And Hendrich here, 5'11" junior to the line, first of two, and that one good. So that cuts it back to one. Westfall back in for Warrensburg. And foul shot number two. That one bounces out of there. Rebound to Perry. So Lady Tigers will set it up by one. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the first half. Westfall left side. They've done a good job on hers thus far. 6 points, but in the tournament, though, earlier in the week, she's already been in double figures by now. Here's a good rebound by Gillen underneath. And Gillen will bring it the other way, sets up Alexander. And Alexander looking for Mills, pass a little bit too high, and it goes out of bounds. So turnover 12 now for the Lady Cardinals. Perry in the corner. There's a good pass. Westfall, an even better pass. A little wraparound in there to Hill. Couldn't get it to go. And then the follow doesn't draw iron there as Bella Valdez missing. Rebound to Clinton. And here's Kylie. Oh, offensive foul. I don't know about that one, but they call the charge on Kylie. As they said, Perry was able to slide over and take that, and that's her first team foul, 7 on the Lady Cardinals. So back to Warrensburg here with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Valdez, high post for Hill. She'll just drive it in, and a good rebound for Alexander, and then picks up a foul. Perry, I think, is going to reach in. And that'll get us now into the bonus. Both teams in the bonus. So everything from here on out will be free throws, at least one. And this will be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Atlanta. 5'3" junior. First one on the way. She's got 4 thus far. Missed the front end of it. Good rebound, though, by Mills. Back up with it, but they're going to call the travel before the shot. So still a 1-point advantage for Warrensburg. Clinton has had it tied, but have not gotten the lead yet. Been very close. Here's Westfall. Near steal by Gillen. And now picked up, and a turnover. Hendrich to Gillen. And Gillen gives it right back. Misner staying with it and lays it in off the steal. So that is just the difference in the game right now. 14 Clinton turnovers, and in a tight game like this, it's cost them a little bit. And now Gillen trying to get it into Mills, and a foul is called, and Tucker not happy with the call.
You know, each one of these points, each team is having to fight for them. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of defense out here. You know, right now, maybe if Clinton could start hitting some of those 3 buckets, one of those would.
Yeah, that's
right
the thing.
Yeah, we haven't seen it,
Yeah.
have we?
Just one. Yeah, just the one by Gillen. So, yeah, I mean, if you can hit a couple threes, that's the thing. In a close game like this, you hit a couple threes, and it can change in a hurry. We want to thank our timeout sponsor, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron and Collins, locally here in Clinton, for all your insurance needs. Just go down and see Aaron. And Aaron, of course, will be interested in the game coming up as well. We've got the Lakeland boys taking on Clinton in the boys' third-place battle. That'll be after this ball game. And Lakeland, of course, coming off of a dominant win over Kansas City East the other night in their second-round game after losing a tough one to Warrensburg in the first round. So Gillen shooting a 1-and-1 here. Tucker got her first foul on that. And Gillen missing the front end of it, so that's the second time Clinton's missed the front end of the 1-and-1. As Westfall with the rebound. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Westfall out top. Hill looking inside, nothing there. Back out to Fatka. Going to drive it in there, and a travel. No doubt about that, and that'll be turnover 11 now for Warrensburg. So we'll see who can get to 20 points here first before halftime. But points have been hard to come by in this one thus far. Allard back in now with those 2 fouls as well for Clinton. Kylie going to back it out to the wing.
You know, it might be a deal that whoever scores, 36 points in this
Right.
game may win.
Yeah, no doubt. Is inside. Here's a foul. Good job getting the ball into Mills, and that's what Clinton's been unable to do. Part of it's been Mia's been on the bench with the early fouls, but when she's been in, Warrensburg's done a pretty good job defensively because they know she's the one they've got to stop. And they've got a solid post player in there with Bailey Tucker. That is a tough matchup in there for Mills. First free throw, no good.
It wanted to go in, but
yeah,
it just bounced. Took a little bit of bounce.
It was
out.
halfway down there, so Mills still looking for her first point. But that's the thing. If you're Clinton, James, you got to feel pretty fortunate. Mills has been held scoreless, but you're only down 16-13. So there's not a lot of games where that would be the case. As that one rims out, so the rim unkind both times, and Tucker the rebound. And here's a long jumper in the corner. That's a 2, and no good for Harrison. And it's knocked out. They're going to say last touch by CHS. So,
well, I think Mills is waiting for the second half to really get hot.
That's her plan.
That's
you
her
think?
plan.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to let them kind of get ahead, and then we'll put the hammer down.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll send him through the mills.
She's got him right where she want him. Yeah. So back out here at the top of the key, they set it up with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Warrensburg on top. Here's Tucker. Takes it at Mills, and she'll score it. And that's the thing. Warrensburg's going to try to get that ball to Tucker, and then she's going to try to drive it at Mills because they want to try to get her third foul up there. And Mia did a good job that time just not fouling. And that's where it's going to be interesting to see it in the second half. There's a good pass, good catch by Mills in the low post. Shot a little short. And back the other way, Misner, very fast guard for this Warrensburg team, and she'll score it and draw the foul. So the length of the floor, Sadie Misner, 5'6" senior guard, and she's definitely been one of the quicker players in this tournament, and she showed why right there. It makes it a 20-13 lead for Warrensburg. And Misner for the three-point play, gets it to go. So Misner's got 11 here in this first half. Allard gets to midcourt, finds Hendricks, left corner Alexander. can see Tucker up there trying to deny the pass to Mills, and Alexander missing the shot. Hendricks, the follow, no good. Alexander got it back and draws a foul. So good hustle inside there for Alexander. Free throws coming up. Clinton is now in the double bonus. Alexander with 4 thus far. First free throw. And missed it short. Clinton struggled at the line as well a little bit here, James. They've missed 5. They've been there 7 times. So that'll be another thing in a close game that'll be important. Clinton will have to shoot the threes better and shoot the free throws a little better in the second half. Second one no good. And the rebound to Warrensburg. And they got an open player at the other end, but good job. Alexander able to get back, forces her to kick it out, and Westfall misses the 3. Alexander with the rebound, got to get the ball across, and she does. Kylie up top, so under a minute left here in the first half. And how about a 3 here before the half, get Clinton a little momentum back going into the locker room as Allard almost lost the handle on it. Mills in the corner with 40. Alexander, lob for Hendricks. Allard, tough shot, gets it to go. Nice shot for Maddie. And that was tough, off balance with a hand in her face. But Westfall able to beat Clinton down the floor, and she'll score it off the window. 8 for Westfall, final 17 seconds of the half, and then Westfall almost gets a steal as she knocks it over there right to Rafe Carbolo, who's over there with the Lakeland boys team, as you can probably see in our shot there. They're getting ready to come out and shoot a little hoops here at halftime to get ready for their ball game. Alexander in the corner. Allard open look for 3, and she gets hit. That's a foul. So Allard's going to the line to shoot 3. So that may be the spark there, James. I thought maybe, well, if they could just get a 3, maybe she can get the 3, though, the old-fashioned way here at the free throw line, and that'll give Clinton a little bit of a spark here. And Allard's been a really good free throw shooter all season, but misses that first one. Boy, free throws have just not gone in there in the first half. So the missed free throws and the turnovers have been the difference in the game right now. You know, because Warrensburg hasn't really shot it that well either, but they've taken care of the basketball a little better than Clinton, and then they've turned those Clinton turnovers into points. Allard got the second, one more, and that one good. So 2 of 3, cuts it to 23-17. Final 9 seconds here of the half. Got to be aware of Westfall and Misner here. Westfall going to take the 3, missed it well short, and that'll take us to halftime. So close ball game here, 23-17 in our girls' third place matchup as Warrensburg with a slight lead over Clinton. Want to thank our sponsors: Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Risick Auto Group, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Hobby Time Motorsports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. So a defensive game thus far, low scoring, and it's a situation where Clinton, though, still some time to get back into this game. And really, I think 3 things, James, in the second half. Moving forward, obviously, number 1, take care of the ball. Number 2, try to keep Allard and Mills out of foul trouble. And number 3, hit those free throws, because it is not going to take much to make up this deficit if you're Clinton, if you do those 3 things.
No, and you know, if Mills could finally get going, I believe that they will come back and win here. But you know, kudos to Warrensburg. They have contained Mills. Yeah,
they have done a really good job on her, and I think that's because they've got Tucker, you know, and they didn't have her in the first 2 games. And, again, we don't really know why she wasn't playing those first 2, but she's here today and has made it tough on Mills. And that's a situation where you just really have to say you might come out and set a high pick. There's certain ways you can get her open at the high post and maybe rub her off of a screen a little bit. So Clinton will have to do some different things to try to get Mills the basketball in the second half.
Of course, the Clinton Palm girls are out there on the court right now, and you know, they do a great job. You know, they're here at every game, and The routines are always something special. They do a really good job. Of course, you got the cheerleaders here, all, 41 or 43 of them or something like that.
Pep band here as well.
Pep band is
so
here as well.
That's the good thing about the atmosphere when Clinton plays here at the tournament. You know, the crowds obviously aren't as big when Clinton isn't playing here at the tournament, but we've had, I think, pretty good attendance throughout the week. Lakeland, a lot of Lakeland fans have come and watched the other games, and of course they'll have a big contingent here, certainly for the Lakeland boys as they get ready to play next. And looking ahead to those games, James, I think obviously Lakeland's going to be heavily favored in this next game. I think it's certainly going to be a tough matchup for Clinton. Clinton boys, though, have played better in this tournament. You know, they got the win over El Dorado, hard-fought, come-from-behind win. Kind of ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw against Grandveiw Christian, but, you know, Grandview's a really good basketball team, the highest scoring team in this tournament. So, you know, that's not necessarily a bad loss, but today, you know, Clinton's going to kind of run into the same deal with Lakeland because Lakeland can shoot the three really well. They get up and down. They play really good team basketball. And that's the thing. If you shoot it well, if you're Lakeland, I think they're going to be in good shape today in the boys' third place.
Now, our cameraman, Chris Ramirez, I believe that's his brother.
Okay.
That, helped raise that $500, and he's donating it to the basketball program.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you know that.
And that what you said, a basketball fundraiser? Is that?
They had a fundraiser, and they're donating all the funds back to the basketball program. So.
Okay. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, Chris and his brother played ball here, baseball, and then I think he also played basketball as well.
Okay.
But, you know.
What year did he graduate? Do you know?
Man, you'd have to ask Chris.
Okay.
It was a few years ago. But.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Chris is our cameraman. He's been helping us out this week, so we really appreciate that. And of course, boys' third place coming up after this. Then we go to the girls' championship, and that'll be a really interesting matchup, I think, between Adrian and Nevada. Those are the 1 and 2 seeds. But I think Nevada, they're going to have their hands full with Jenna Shipley, and I think that ball game is just simply going to come down to how do they guard her.
Yeah. How do you guard her?
How do you guard her, yeah. And then how do you find where she's at to keep her from getting all those offensive rebounds, because she gets a lot of baskets just off those rebounds.
You know, Clinton, obviously, I mean, you can tell by the points in this game that they play a very good defense, and they could not contain Shipley. I mean, and I haven't seen anybody do it yet.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, she's just one of those players that's tough to stop, but they've got some other players to go with her. I think Nevada, you know, they'll have a little size advantage. You know, Nevada will have some length inside, so that might contain Shipley maybe a little bit, but
I don't know. But speed kills.
Speed does kill.
That girl,
you're
got
right.
Speed.
And it's a situation where she's a good enough player that she's probably going to get at least 15 to 20. So, and I think we said last night, if you can hold her under 20, you've done pretty good.
Right.
You know, you still may not win, but that's about as good as you can ask for, because you know she's going to score. You know, you're not going to hold her under 10 most likely. I mean, she'd have to have a really, really bad day for that to happen. But that'll be interesting. And boys' championship will be interesting as well against Grandveiw Christian and Warrensburg. Kind of a contrast in styles there. I'll be really curious to see what kind of defense Warrensburg plays against those 2-6-7 posts that Grandveiw Christian has inside. They make life difficult on a lot of teams, but they can also shoot the three. You know, they're a team that makes you think, hey, we're going to pound the ball inside. Then they can just go out and hit threes with Watkins and Liz. So.
Yeah, well, you know, they haven't had to use the three shot too much because they're so good inside.
Right. Yeah, and teams have played them zone, and that's why I'll be curious to see if Warrensburg plays them zone or if they just try to go straight man. They might go man because Warrensburg has some size of their own. They've got a couple 6'6" kids, so Coach Nimmo for Warrensburg may feel comfortable just playing them straight up, you know, and taking your chances from the outside. I think Warrensburg will be able to score the basketball against them. I think Warrensburg's good enough offensively, and it may be an up-and-down game. I think that could be a pretty high-scoring game because I don't think Grandview is going to be disciplined enough on defense to stop Warrensburg and those cuts that they run.
Yeah,
so
the offense that they run, you know, they set back, they get their play in. They really do command on the offensive side of the ball, and they're patient. They're very patient too.
Very patient, yeah, and they force you into some turnovers, and that's where if they get Warrensburg sped up, if they get Grandview Christian, I should say, sped up a little bit, they may be able to get a lot of turnovers and get points off of those and not have to generate as much offense in the half court. But it'll be very, very interesting, and we've had good basketball throughout the week. We've had our share of blowouts, but we've had some good games as well. So the next one coming up, the next two coming up, should be a pretty competitive contest. I'd be surprised if they weren't.
And our buddy Charlie Brown is here.
No, I don't think that's that's the Nevada guy.
Oh, that's the Nevada guy. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay. Charlie's not here today. We thought Warrensburg was coming today, but they're not here, so they may be doing another. Game somewhere, and of course, I think we kind of thought Adrian was going to come for the Adrian girls game, but I don't know if they're going to come or not either for that. So we'll have to wait and see. But we're here. We're here for everything.
We're here for every game.
So just keep it right here.
Exactly. We like that.
That's right.
So do the sponsors.
That's right.
So, but you know, you were talking about the championship boys game. If Warrensburg can jump out to an early lead and force Grandview to have to move faster, as far as because they'll set back on their offense, they'll wait for their play to get set up, and then they'll move.
Right.
Then Warrensburg could get it and have an advantage there, but they got to jump out early.
Right.
So.
We have an Osceola tournament update. Beat Osceola in the last second of the game, 57-56, down at the Osceola tournament. Wow. So the Montrose girls will play Climax Springs.
Again, they beat them in the last
tonight at
second.
6:30. Wow. So, yeah, that's the second time in 2 weeks they've beat them on a last-second shot.
Yeah.
Wow, 57-56.
Yeah, well, it was just a few last seconds of regular time
that
they tied it up to force overtime at the Appleton City tournament. And then Montrose was able to win that game. So, yeah, that was one of those games I wanted. I kind of regret not being at this Osceola Montrose. Of course, that game they say it starts at 6:30 with Climax Springs in Montrose. I wonder if we can pack up and. I don't know, because let me think here.
That'd be tough.
We would, that'd be really tough. We could get the second half for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
But let's see here. Okay, boys game at 3:30, correct? That's when it's scheduled.
Scheduled for 3:30. Yeah.
3:30. Yeah, an hour and a half. It takes a half an hour to drive down there. I don't know, man. That would be insane to do broadcasts in one day.
Yeah, that'd be.
There's a part of me that wants to do it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough. I mean, you probably would get the second half.
Are you
maybe,
gonna come with us?
But I don't know about that. I'll probably have to get on back probably. But
5 games in one day.
5 days. Yeah, 5. That'd set a record there. That would set a record.
Yeah. In 2 different locations.
Well, if you don't, though, hopefully we can get a couple Montrose games on couple more this year sometime if the schedule works out. But
well, I tell you what, I want to be there. You know, the Montrose girls, I mean, they got something special going on.
It's tempting.
So. Yeah.
Well, and what's Osceola's record? They've got to be pretty good in their own right.
They were 13, I think.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
3.
to nearly beat Montrose twice, and Montrose has only lost 1 game, but I think that would be a tough game tonight for Montrose because you said they're the 2 seed and Climax was the 1.
Climax is the 1 seed.
Climax is 1, yeah. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see, but that's turned into quite the battle between those teams down there, Montrose and Osceola. So we're just about ready to go here in the second half of this one.
So what Clinton needs to do here is come out, score a ton of points, have a running clock at the 4th period, just so I can go to another basketball game.
Well, they won't start the games early, though.
That's true.
That's the
is
thing.
true.
Even if this one gets over early, they'll keep it on schedule.
Yeah.
Usually, so.
Yeah, with the championship games, they have to do that.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, that Montrose game, it's slated to start at 6:30. Montrose, Climax Springs. Okay. Okay, Stacy's feeding us some information here. Montrose and Climax Springs have kind of been jumping back and forth in the top 10 in Class 1. So, you've got two teams that are, at least in the top 12 for sure. Because Climax Springs has got a mention in this, but Montrose is
yeah,
okay. Well, I got to get back to running the scoreboard thingy and the switcher. So thank you very much, Stacy, for all that information. Appreciate that.
Westfall going to take a three to start the second half, and it's an air ball, but it comes right to Alexander, and they call the jump. So neither team shot it really well in the first half. Low-scoring game, several turnovers on both sides, but if Clinton can get hot from three a little bit, take care of the ball, and then keep Allard and Mills out of foul trouble, they'll have a shot here because, Warrensburg's just not the team offensively that's just going to roll you. They don't have a lot of firepower. I mean, Westfall's a pretty good shooter, but primarily they get most of their points inside as Allard has it stripped away. A steal. Boy, Misner's been a thorn in Clinton's side in this game, and she'll lay it in at the other side. So 25-17. The lead is extended here for Clinton, or for Warrensburg, I should say, and Mills is going to draw the foul here in the lane. So Mills, good look for her there down in the low post, and again today hasn't had a lot of touches. They've done a good job of denying her the basketball, and that was the second personal foul on Tucker. First free throw for Mills is good, and that is her first point of the game.
Did you hear how quiet it got in here? I mean,
yeah, you could hear a pin drop.
I think
quieter than a golf course, I think, too. The second one good. So Mills on the board, and that's pretty rare for Mia not to have any points in an entire half. So Tucker has taken her out of the game to this point, but also she did set for a good chunk of that first quarter because of the two early fouls. And Misner will draw the foul here. Boy, that was a ticky-tack foul. Oh, and they got Mills. Boy, I don't like that call at all. Man, that was a touch foul there, James. Oh, boy, now they think they may have gave – oh, they gave it to Kylie. Okay, boy, Coach Rogers, he exploded up off the bench there.
He's like,
and
we
he said
need to fix this.
Yeah, like that's the wrong number there, guys. So Kylie commits her second on that. And, yeah, because that would have been killer, because that would have been number 3 on Mills. And here they force the turnover. And that's the thing right now. I mean, Clinton's in a spot where it's just going to take a couple shots to get it turned around. I mean, you're still right in this game. And there's a carry, yep, no doubt. So Clinton, they're just hurting themselves. I mean, that's the thing. It's just a turnover battle that they're having to fight again. 16 in the game. And they had over 20, of course, against Adrian, 13 in one quarter. And it just makes it a lot tougher on your offense. And it keeps you out of that rhythm. As Misner for 3, no good. Rebound to Allard. And she'll throw it to the other side. Here comes Gillen. And Mills has the shot blocked out of bounds by Tucker. Kylie left side off the inbounds. Here's Allard for 3 in the corner. Missed it. Mills the rebound. Back up and couldn't get it. Allard got it back, and that goes. So nice job by Maddie staying with that with the offensive putback. 10 for Allard. She's the first Clinton player in double figures today, and it's a 25-21 ball game.
It looks like the adjustments they've made at halftime are beginning to work.
Coach Rogers urging on his defense here as Westfall into the lane, and the rebound to Mills. And then Kylie goes down in the backcourt. And are we going to get a foul here? Yeah, foul on Westfall. Picks that one up. And that was just away from the play. I'm not real sure why.
They might have got tangled up.
Yeah, evidently they did. But, boy, that was just a bad foul by Westfall, because that was away from the play. So Clinton will set it up half court. And Allard lost the ball. So right off of her fingertips, out of bounds. 15 turnovers for Clinton in the ball game with 5:25 left in the third. Misner right side. She has been tough today for Warrensburg. Left side Westfall. Shot off the dribble is good. And that's a tough shot. Westfall doing a good job creating her own shot that time and knocks it down. So 27-21 in favor of Warrensburg. Gillen for three. Missed that. Rebound to Westfall. Lead pass up ahead of the pack, and there's Misner again. Two more for her. 15 on the day for Sadie Misner, 5'6" senior point guard. Timeout Clinton. So Coach Rogers going to talk things over. Largest lead of the second half here for Warrensburg at 29-21. And we want to thank our timeout sponsor. That is, of course, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins for all your insurance needs. So I think, James, the defense has looked a little better for Clinton, but it's still the turnover problem. And that's the thing. You're never going to be able to come back if you cannot value the ball. You know, I think they've got the ability to hit that three that they need with Gillen. Certainly Allard has the ability to knock down the three, but the turnovers right now are just killing them.
We just haven't seen very many threes, and I know Allard. That's kind of her thing. She's got height, but she can, especially from the corner, she can knock those down pretty easily.
Yeah, Gillen just has the only three today for Clinton, so it's been one of those days where they've just had to grind it out. You know, the offense without Allard and Mills at the same time today has been a lot tougher for Clinton to manufacture points. They've had to kind of do it the old-fashioned way. Mills 2 points. Allard leads the way with 10. But still, they're right in this game, 29-21. And at least you feel like, I mean, you haven't let it get away from you like you did the other day in the third quarter against Adrian, as Kylie misses a three there. And the rebound to Perry. Jumper no good for Harrison. And into the corner, ball goes out of bounds. Warrensburg will maintain possession. Tucker head of the circle. She has yet to score in this second half for Warrensburg, but she's had more of a presence defensively. She's been big for them in guarding Mills. And here's a nice play by Gillen to get the steal. So big turnover for Clinton. We'll see if they can take advantage of it, turn it into a bucket at the other side. Kylie up top, reverse to Allard in the corner. They extend out on her. Now they step off of her, and she'll take the three. Mills, nice rebound, back up, gets it to go. So that's Mia Mills' specialty right there, that rebound in traffic and the strong putback. So 29-23, Mills with 4, and a foul at the other side. I think they're going to get Kylie for number 3. Potter returns now for Clinton. Going to check in for Alexander. Warrensburg gets it in from the near boundary. Entry pass. Tucker. Back inside. Misner will score it. So 31-23. And Misner was 17 to lead all scorers in the ballgame.
Yeah, Misner, she has a has a way just to dodge in and out of people.
She does. She's just crafty. As Allard missing there off the glass. And Westfall tracks it down in the corner, thought about taking the three. Misner has carried them offensively. Back to Westfall, jumper from the baseline, no good. Mills the rebound. So possession's going to start to get bigger and bigger here as we head down the stretch in the third quarter. Clinton trailing at 31-23, and they've never had a lead today. They tied it once in that first half, but have never had a lead. Kylie missing that front of the iron. Potter saves it in, and Allard gets it to go. So nice play by Reese Potter to keep that alive and sets up Allard. So 31-25, Allard with 12. Here's Misner down the lane, but a travel. Basket actually did go in, but they wave it off. And the travel will give it back to Clinton. Tucker going to come out for Warrensburg, and Ermshire is in for her. A little diamond press here. They get it to the middle. There they go, up the right side. Good job getting it across. Now the trap. Mills going to drive it and draws the foul. So nice take for Mills. She'll be at the line, and she had a great day, James, in that game against Adrian at the free throw line. I think I only had her down for 2 missed free throws. I mean, she hit like 7 or 8 free throws in that game and was almost perfect.
Yeah, she was on fire, but unfortunately today she's struggled.
Yeah, it's been tough. And
I hope I didn't jinx her there.
Yeah, well, first one no good. But it's just been a combination of the foul trouble. You know, obviously she set in that first quarter for a substantial period of time. And then the defense, I mean, Warrensburg has played her pretty well with Tucker in there, another big body. And then certainly Ermshire has some size as well. As Mills got the second. So 1 of 2, Mills with 5, and it's 31-26. Quickly, though, Perry the other way, and a travel on Ermshire is going to give it back to Clinton. So that's a big turnover. Warrensburg's turned it over 13 times. Clinton with 18 turnovers. They're going to try to trap the baseline. Allard. Alexander tried to throw backdoor to Potter, stolen away. That's a great read by Harrison, who was just sitting back there waiting on it. A little crossover and shot up, no, but a foul. Yes, that's a touch foul there too. I think they've called it a little tight here in the second half. Of course, Clinton is in some serious foul trouble now. You've got 3 on Alexander, 3 on Kylie. And so Coach Rogers going to have to, I think, count on his bench a little bit more in this fourth quarter, James. As the first free throw good for Misner, having herself a huge game, 18 points. And this is a tournament high for her. That one no good. Rebound, Allard, good board there. But lost the ball. Yeah, turned it back over, and Misner scores it. Boy, that hurts bad there. Man, you had the rebound.
Right in front of the bucket, too.
Exactly.
That's the worst place.
Exactly. So a minute left here in the third, and Warrensburg on a little run here at the end of the quarter. Nice little step-through move by Mills, and she'll score it off the glass. So here's where Mills just needs to try and take over heading into this fourth quarter, and you can see those last 2 possessions. He's like, I'm going to the basket. So
don't worry about the fouls. Just get in there and play.
Right. So 34-28. Warrensburg leading as we come to the end of this third quarter, down to 40 seconds. Harrison guarded by Gillen. Ermshire to Misner, left side, down to 30. Gets the pick from Ermshire, takes the shot, missed it, and Allard with the rebound in traffic. Oh, traveled, yeah. Gosh, just got caught in that double team and nowhere to go. She almost maintained her dribble, but that was the right call. So Warrensburg will have it back. Fatka to throw it in on the low baseline for the Lady Tigers. Out to Hill with 23, drives it all the way in, but it's blocked by Allard. But Fatka tracks it down to 18. Big offensive rebound that time for Warrensburg, and they'll have a fresh possession, chance for the final shot. High screen, quick crossover by Misner, but has the shot partially blocked. Potter got a piece of it. Allard puts it up. It's good if it goes, but it's no good just before the buzzer. So a little run for Warrensburg, but just still a slight lead. Warrensburg cannot put Clinton away, so it's 34-28. Warrensburg on top here in our girls' third-place game. We'll go to the fourth quarter here in just a moment. I want to thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Resick Auto Group, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Hobby Time Motorsports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. Our sponsors bringing you coverage here all week long, every game right here on our platforms. And we want to thank everybody out there for tuning in all week and appreciate our sponsors supporting this coverage this week, James.
Absolutely. I mean, that wouldn't happen without them. So, you know, of course, we got Landmark Restaurant. Jim always supports Lakeland schools, and just like Jim, you've got Aaron Collins with Missouri Farm Bureau. And C-Squared is, you know, you see their stuff everywhere here. Literally, people are wearing it. And especially the Chiefs stuff they were selling this year.
Wonder how many of those Chiefs jerseys they sold. A lot of Chiefs gear was sold this week, I know, in this state.
Stacy was talking to Cindy, and she said that it's just going out the door just as quick as it comes in.
Oh, I bet. I bet it is. Yeah, we've just seen all kinds of Chiefs jerseys this week, of course, here at the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking last night. I was like, it's hard to tell who's with what team because everybody's wearing red.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no doubt about it. So we're within a day of Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Oh,
it's just
I know.
been, whew.
I know it. But it's going to be a big day tomorrow, and
I'm just glad I don't have to run a camera for that one.
yeah, no kidding.
I can sit back and actually watch.
I just take it all in, yeah. So here we go in the fourth. We'll see if Clinton can come from behind here. Looking for their first lead of the day. They've never led, and they try to get that into Mills, but that was forced a little bit. Tucker actually saved it right to Gillen, and then Gillen tried to give it back to Mills, and it goes out of bounds. So turnover.
Clinton did tie the game in the
19.
second quarter or second period.
Yeah, they've been tied, but just have not had the lead yet. Here's Tucker up top. Fatka left block. Goes right around Allard. Nice move, but missed the shot, and a nice rebound for Hendrich. 2-on-2 at the other end. Allard to the bucket. Boy, that was down and out. And then her and Misner get tripped up. That was a good no call, though. I'm glad they didn't call a foul that time as Allard missed the three in the corner. And then, a near walk by Misner as she falls, and a timeout Warrensburg. So that was awfully, awfully close to a walk. Coach Rogers certainly arguing his case over there with the official, but Valerie Stamberski, their head coach, able to get the timeout. So it is going to be Warrensburg possession with 6:57 to go in the ball game. I want to thank Aaron Collins, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, our timeout sponsor. But it's just one of those games, James, you feel like you're down 20, but you're right in this game. And it's just going to come down to a few possessions here in the final 6:57, I think, is Warrensburg. You can tell they're just not going to be able to put Clinton away, I don't think. But Clinton's just hanging there. And, the turnovers have been critical in the game. They've missed some foul shots, so they've left some points on the table where you really feel like if you're Clinton, had you not had those things happen, you could be ahead right now.
Well, how much does it affect the teams that it's a tournament and they've played so much ball, more than they normally would? I mean, is it just is it a deal who's got a little bit better cardio is going to win this game?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, both teams are kind of in the same situation, though. I mean, both teams have already played, a couple games. So I don't know that that's a big of a difference as you'd think, because by this point in the season, you've played a lot of games. So, the conditioning usually isn't a factor. And Warrensburg, I think they may have a little edge just strictly because they've been in a couple closer games than Clinton has, in their first two games. So that may be to their advantage as we get a tie up here. Jump ball will give it to Clinton. So 6:36 left here in the ball game. Alexander's going to come out. And Coach Rogers is going to bring Hendricks back in. They stay with this diamond press. And they get it across. Clinton really has not had a problem against the press. It's been the half-court offense where they've not been able to hang on to the ball. As Allard missing the three. Rebound tipped inside, picked up by Tucker. And Tucker has just kind of been the unsung hero for them in this game, rebounding and defense. She hasn't really done much on offense, but defensively she's been really good. As Fatka missing that shot in the paint, rebound to Mills. So Clinton going to push the pace here. 6:58 left in the game, trailing 34-28. Inside, Hendrich on the block, and she'll score it. Nice pass in there to her by Kylie. So it's a 4-point game, but here comes Westfall. Has it blocked by Mills. So second block for Mills, and does a great job there not committing her third foul as well. So an opportunity for Clinton to cut it to one with a three. They go into Hendrich, but it's blocked by Tucker. She returns the favor, and now a block on Tucker as Kylie taking it right in there. So Tucker got her third, so that's interesting. We'll see how Warrensburg plays this, if they want to leave her on the floor, but that will be big if she can come out. But it looks like Coach Stamberski going to leave her out there with the three. Kylie off the inbounds, into traffic. Boy, that was a tight window to throw that pass, and that's where it just forced a little bit, and the jump ball leads to possession for Warrensburg. You know, that's where Clinton, you know, they want to get the ball inside, but they can't just start telegraphing those passes because Warrensburg has been good enough defensively. You know, you got to make sure that's an open pass before you take that look inside. Tucker up top. Misner for three. Missed it wide right, but they get the rebound in the corner. They reset it. Inside Tucker. Shot fake. Puts it up and in over the top of Hendrich. Lead is 6 for Warrensburg. 4:46 to go in the contest. We'll have the boys' third place game coming up after this one. That'll be Lakeland and Clinton.
It should be an exciting game. There's probably going to be a lot of people here because these two schools are actually close to one another.
Oh, and Gillen again forced that pass inside, and it's stolen away. So they were expecting it a little bit. And now Westfall dribbles it off of her foot. Oh, and Kylie didn't realize at first that the ball was right there. Then she dives on the floor. Good hustle by Olivia on that. And then they actually called a foul on Misner. So that is her third. Team foul 5 on Warrensburg. So Clinton down 6. Big possessions from here on out now. Every possession is going to be very critical for Clinton. Gillen right side with the dribble. Takes the three. Missed it. She has the only three of the day for Clinton, but that one a little too strong. And now, ooh, look out. Battle for the rebound. And a jump ball is called. I think Gillen got popped in the face there.
She's telling the ref. She elbowed me in the face.
Yeah, that does not feel good.
Yeah, and she's going to have to come out because she can't see out of that eye right now.
I know. That stinks there for sure. Sometimes, officials just can't see that when they're on the floor, and it's a tougher angle.
Yeah, and that elbow, I don't think that was intentional. They just got tied up. So
right.
I just want to make sure that's clear.
Right. Mills, right side. Hendrich, left corner. Alexander, jumper from the baseline. No good. Rebound, Tucker. Oh, and a travel on Misner. We'll give it right back to Clinton. That'll get Warrensburg to 17 turnovers on the day. Lead is still 6. Mills outside. Mills with 7 today. Again, they're looking for that low post, but you can see Warrensburg, they're doubling. There's that double on Hendrich and a travel on Allard. So another costly turnover for Clinton. 23 on the game. 3 minutes to go. Perry with it for Misner. Gets the high pick from Tucker. Dribbles right around it. Gets to the bucket and scores it. That is a nice job using that screen. So Sadie Misner, 22 to lead the way for Warrensburg. Lead is 8. Allard for 3. Clinton needs that one, and they got it. So Maddie Allard, a big 3, just the second of the day.
Well, she finally broke the ice there, so she starts hitting those back-to-back.
Yeah, that may give her a little confidence here down the stretch. Clinton will need him.
Yeah.
Coming down to crunch time, 2:18 left. Out top, Westfall. Yeah, Warrensburg, they're kind of stalling a little bit. They're using some clock and a travel called on Perry. So Clinton with the ball back, 2:04 left in the ball game. And another big opportunity here for Clinton to cut into the deficit a little bit. Can get it back to a one-possession game with a 3. Mills up top. Alexander thought about the 3. Now takes it baseline, cut off there. Out to Allard. She'll take the 3. Oh, she gets fouled. Maddie Allard fouled in the corner. And that's the second time, James, she's been fouled in the game from 3.
From 3, that's right.
So
well, she missed that 3 shot, but if she can hit these 3, that's
foul on Harrison, her 3rd.
Oh, she's not going to go to the line. Well, she was shooting
Wait a minute
shot
here.
Whenever, of course, coach is arguing. I would too.
Oh my gosh, they called that on the floor? Oh, we'll have
Potter
to
letting one by her.
Oh, we'll have to ask Coach Lewis about that. I don't know why on earth they would have called that on the floor, James. I don't know how they just reversed that, because the foul stood. They still gave the foul to Harrison, but yeah, they evidently said she was not fouled on the shot. So that is a big turn of events. Misner the other way, going to put it up and in. Boy, Clinton just has not had an answer for her on defense. 24 points. She's kind of done what Shipley did to him in the game on Wednesday, as a missed 3 from Kylie. Ball goes out of bounds. But
well,
yeah,
maybe she's seen what Shipley did. She's like, hey, I can do that. Yeah, and she's one of those players like Shipley where she's crafty, and that those little guards tend to give Clinton problems, it seems, on defense. And she's not the greatest outside shooter. I mean, Shipley's obviously a better three-point shooter than she is, but she's just one of those players that's a good ball handler, gets in and out of traffic pretty well, and makes it tough on a defense. Also is a pretty good rebounder as well. But, yeah, that was a weird call down there in the corner on what looked like Allard was fouled on a 3. Inside, they go to Mills, and that'll go. But Clinton's got a foul now at this point with 52 seconds to go, down by 5. So you still have some fouls to give, but obviously you've got a foul and try to get it back to a one-possession game. Full court pressure. Westfall fouled by Allard. 51.4 left in the game. And Allard gets number 3. So still a couple fouls to give here. Team foul 6. And they're going to call the foul here even before it comes in. They had the double team on Misner. And Potter gets number 1. Actually, that will get him to 7. So that gets him to the bonus. So now, I think, James, you're going to have to count on Warrensburg missing some of their free throws here to have a chance, because it's a 2-possession game right now, and she can make this a 7-point game if she gets them both and gets the first. So if they get it to 7 or 8, it's going to be awfully tough, because with it 2 possessions, you at least have to have 1 3 to have a chance. Yeah.
as we get a timeout.
Clinton has just not been able to hit very many 3 shots.
Right. Yeah, that's been the downfall, is just you haven't shot it well from 3, and now you need a 3. So here's where you've got to be looking for Allard. And see, the other thing, too, is, see, Paige Gillen has been on the bench injured because she had to come out a moment ago. She got inadvertently hit in the eye. So she's not out there, and she's another one of your 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
So I would be curious to see if Coach Rogers puts her back in, but obviously if she's banged up, I mean, you don't want her to have to go back in there if she's too badly injured. So kind of a tough spot.
Our timeout sponsor, Missouri Farm Bureau.
Yep, want to thank Aaron Collins.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's not impossible here, but it is going to be tough. 51 seconds to go. Trailing by 6. And it is a one-on-one from here on out for Warrensburg in the bonus.
Crowd getting into it.
Yep, trying to bother Misner, but they haven't bothered her much today. She has 26 points and makes it a 7-point lead. Mills to Allard, goes baseline, and a hand check will be called by Perry. So team foul 3. Boy, look at all the players, everybody on the floor right now for Warrensburg. James has 3 fouls.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often, but we have had a few more fouls in the second half than we did in the first. So Allard, these are big free throws here to try to keep Clinton alive, but she misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And the rebound to Misner, she'll get fouled. So this will be a free throw fest here in the final 41.2. Again, we've got Lakeland and Clinton boys coming up next. That'll be the boys' third-place game. And the 2 championships will be later on. 2 o'clock for the girls. That'll be Nevada and Adrian, and then 3:30 for the boys. Grandview Christian taking on Warrensburg here on Championship Saturday from the Clinton tournament.
We're going to see a lot of really good basketball today. We already have. You know, Clinton struggled a little bit here, but, man, it's still been a very good game, very defensive game, really. You know, I said in the first half, whoever scores 36 points will probably first get to 30.
First one to 30, yeah.
Yeah, will probably win this. And,
yep.
Of course, Warrensburg hit that mark, and they're in the lead.
So big free throws here. Clinton still some life. Mills got the first, got the second, nothing but net. So Mills, even after a slow start, gets into double figures with 11. Now Clinton's got a foul. And they let a little bit of time run off there, down to 35.1. Harrison will be going to the line for Warrensburg. And that was foul number 4 on Alexander. 1-and-1 situation, and it bounces out. So Warrensburg leaving the door open here a little bit after a couple missed free throws. Gillen back in, takes the 3, got it. Nothing but net. It's a 2-point game. Whoa.
I don't even want to say it.
Well,
I jinxed us last time.
I know I said this. I know I said that Paige Gillen needs to be in the game if she can at all, because she can shoot the 3. And so Coach Rogers, what does he do? He puts her in there, and by gosh, she nails the 3. So that is huge.
Well, you know, Paige might have got a black eye in this game, but she wants to come out here and give the entire Warrensburg team black eyes.
Yeah, you know she's not playing 100%, that's for sure, but she saw good enough there to hit that shot. Boy, oh boy. Wow, so just the second 3 of the day for Clinton, but it's a big one. So we have a game, folks. This Clinton team has not been their best performance, but they have stayed right in it all the way and are only down by 2.
I'm going to call it right now. Allard in the corner, 3, wins the game.
Wins the game, yeah. Shall we see our second overtime game of the day? Or of the tournament, I should say. About to find out here.
If Clinton can get the ball back.
Yeah, and here's where we were talking about last night. Yeah. I think you've got to play for the 3, man. I really do. Yeah. I think you play for the win and go for all the marbles, as they say. So here we go.
Well, they're going to have to foul, right?
They're going to have to foul. Yeah, Warrensburg, if they hit their free throws, it'll make it tougher, but they haven't been able to do that here in the last couple minutes, and that's probably a good foul because, see, Tucker, I don't know that she's the best free throw shooter, so that's a good job. Even though Mills gets her 4th, see, that's the problem, though, because if it does go overtime, you want to still have Mills and Allard out there. So that's the unfortunate part, is that I wish somebody else would have committed the foul there because Mills already had 3. And Tucker gets the first.
Wow.
So that's a big one there. That gets it to 3.
And the Clinton Cardinals are doing the Chiefs chant.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the tomahawk chop.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
She
2
gets them
big
both.
free throws. Wow. So Tucker, those are big.
Yeah.
Because that gets it to 4. So
Well, she answered that question. She can definitely shoot.
yeah, she proved me wrong for sure.
Yeah.
So 26 seconds to go. And it is a 2-possession game, and that's why both of those free throws were big, because it means Clinton has to have the ball at least twice unless you get the quick 2. That would be the only other alternative. You get to 2, but you know you've got to have a 3 at some point. Both teams are in the double. Well, I should say Warrensburg's in the double bonus. Clinton's in the bonus. So every foul from here on out, Warrensburg will get 2 free throws.
I think they got to get the ball to Allard. Let her hit one of the 3s, and then then get the ball back.
Got to have it.
I'll have to foul and get the ball
Yeah,
back.
got to have a foul after this possession no matter what, and you'll have to have another one to possibly win it. So here we go. 24 seconds left. Clinton down by 4. They get it across. They look inside. Potter trapped on the baseline out to Gillen. Shot up. Missed. Rebound. Westfall. And then a foul called.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, just 10.6, and that's a case, James, where they just took a little bit too much time. That's where you probably needed to get a quick 3, but they tried to go for the quick 2. It's a double-edged sword there. You can debate that either way, because either way you were going to have to foul. But the thing with that was you just took too much time off the clock. So now if she hits both of these, it's pretty much over. Even if she hits one, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
She misses the first.
I mean, it can be done, but,
It's going to be tough,
Yeah.
And this is Harrison at the line here. She has not scored in the game, and she missed them both. Got to hurry. Gillen. Got to have a 3. Allard with 5 seconds puts it up for 2. No good. Allard the rebound. Back in. Timeout Clinton. But just 1.5 on the clock.
Yeah. How do you – it's almost impossible.
Yeah,
at this
it
point.
is.
But
it is.
Look at that score. This has been a close game. It's been a good game.
Very exciting.
If you like defensive play,
yeah,
you've enjoyed this game.
This has been your game, yeah. Good day for Maddie Allard, 17 points. But that's the thing. Gillen just needed to probably pull up on that and shoot that 3. But
yeah, and she hit one earlier. But
right. Yeah, it's tough. Easier said than done because you obviously have a defense out there that isn't going to let you get that easy shot.
It's the fog of war. You just in that moment, you just sometimes you don't know what to do.
Yeah, you press a little bit. It is easy to do that. So you've got to foul immediately now. I mean, you just have to commit that foul as quick as you possibly can. And 1.5, so if you can get, just a second on the clock, take your chances, and see what they do at the line. But the problem is, even if you foul immediately here and not enough time runs off and they come down and shoot the free throw and say they miss both and you get the rebound, you don't have a good – you'll have to just basically heave it. So you won't have enough time.
It'll be a full court shot.
Exactly. You won't have enough time to get it across. Oh, and the ball hits the back of the backboard.
Oh, and we hit 0-0.
And time runs out. Oh, my. So Misner gets it in. It hit the backboard in the corner and then deflects into the backcourt, and time expires. And that's where you just didn't have hardly any time on the clock, so it didn't take much for that clock to run out with just 1.5. So Warrensburg able to hang on, and I mean hang on just barely. 44-41. 42 as Clinton makes a late run there at the end, a big three by Gillen. And that's what was just so frustrating about this game today for Clinton, was they never trailed by more than 15 points the entire game. But it felt like they were behind by about 20 or 30. The offense didn't come easy, as there you can see Warrensburg gets the third place trophy presented to them. And to their credit, they won two close games, lost a close game, and they were battle tested, and I think that paid off for them, James, at the end of this one. In a tight game, they didn't panic, and they had just enough to win this game. So that's going to do it for our coverage here. One down, three to go. And before we go, I want to thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Resick Auto Group, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Hobby Time Motorsports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. So we'll sign off here. We'll be gone for about 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be back for the boys' third place matchup between Lakeland and Clinton. Stay with us.